So the much awaited Samsung Galaxy S8 and the S8 Plus released last night, and it was everything that we expected it to be. I'm sure a lot of you like me were following all the leaks, so we were pretty much aware of what to expect from the new release. But for those of you who did not follow it and those of you who missed the launch last night, here's the new Samsung Galaxy S8 and the S8 Plus and my impressions on both of them. Firstly, Samsung's Galaxy S8 came with a second larger variant called the S8 Plus. Since the S6, Samsung had been releasing two variants of their flagship S series. However, this was due to the introduction of the Edge screen. So one variant was with the Edge screen and the other variant was a normal phone with a flat display. Most of the major specs remain the same in both the variants, and this continued with the Samsung Galaxy S7 as well. In the S8, Samsung decided to completely switch over to the Edge screen, so both the S8 and the S8 Plus have Edge screens. And here we have to remember that one is not superior over the other. The S8 Plus is just a larger variant of the S8 with a bigger display and a bigger battery. The S8 has a 5.8-inch display with a 3000 mAh battery, and the S8 Plus has a 6.2-inch display with a 3500 mAh battery. And that's it. That's the only difference between the Samsung Galaxy S8 and the S8 Plus. I'm not too sure how many people would go for the S8 Plus, as the 5.8-inch screen on the S8 itself is quite a huge display. So opting for an even bigger 6.2-inch display seems surplus to needs. Samsung has adopted an 18.5 by 9 aspect ratio, quite similar to what LG did with the new LG G6, and have brought the overall size of the phone to a minimum. So in comparison with other big phones like the iPhone 7 Plus, the size of the S8 is about the same, even though it has a much bigger display. Samsung is calling this display the Infinity display. To be honest, the S8 is a very beautiful phone with the thin bezels, and so was the LG G6 with the very thin bezels. And this is something I really dig, and I feel more and more phone manufacturers will start adapting to this look over the years. The S8 looks quite different from any of its predecessors. Besides the bezels, if you are an ardent tech follower, you might have noticed that the Samsung's traditional physical home button has been replaced by on-screen buttons to make more space for the display. This also means that the fingerprint sensor, which was integrated into the home button, moves all the way to the back. You can see that the position of the fingerprint sensor is a little odd at the back. It's not down the middle like how it's on the Pixel or the LG phones. And from most of the first look videos that I've seen, the fingerprint sensor does seem a little hard to reach, especially on the S8 Plus. Reviewers have commented on its awkward positioning. Although the S8 has other means of biometric security features as well, like the iris scanner that has been brought from the Note 7, along with face recognition, which unlocks your phone when you hold it in front of your face. The S8 runs the latest Snapdragon 835 chipset and comes with 4 gigs of RAM. It is also IP68 water and dust resistant and is the first phone in the world which supports Bluetooth 5.0. In terms of optics, the primary camera on the S8 has the same dual pixel 12 megapixel sensor from the S7 last year. The front camera on the other hand has been improved from last year with a superior 8 megapixel sensor with autofocus that detects your face. The software on the S8 has been modified as well from the previous year's S7. The Samsung UX has been tweaked in a few places, like new icons, a new launcher, wallpaper, and all of that stuff. Along with the features of Android 7, of course, which is the operating system. The Samsung Galaxy S8 and the S8 Plus have two virtual assistants. One, of course, is the Google Assistant, and the other one is Samsung's very own Bixby. If you notice towards the left of the phone, there's a button solely dedicated to trigger Bixby. Samsung says that Bixby stands out because not only does it understand voice, but it also understands context. It knows what's happening on your screen. So you can maybe open Google Maps and ask Bixby to capture this and send it to a friend, and it automatically sends your location to your friend, which is just one example how Bixby captures information on the screen that was shown in the launch event. Bixby is integrated into the camera software as well, so you can take a picture of something you like and Bixby will directly take you to a page where you can buy that from. Bixby also recognizes monuments and buildings, and will give you suggestions to do things near to that location. So Bixby seems really cool that way. It adjusts to your routine and gives you cards as suggestions based on your everyday routine and things like that. The only question here is how much more can Bixby offer from the Google Assistant. I think this is what is going to determine the success of the Bixby in the long run. So that was the Samsung Galaxy S8 and the S8 Plus. I think it was worth all of the waiting with the delayed dates and all of that. The phone is set to go on sale on 21st April. I'm not sure if the date is worldwide though. Overall, both the variants seem promising with a lot of new changes and improvements in the flagship series, and the phone looks really good. It will be available in 5 colors to choose from. And adding to the list, you get a pair of top of the line AKG earbuds with the S8, which otherwise would cost $100. And the S8 also has enough computing power to be used as a desktop computer, which Samsung is calling Samsung DeX, where you can quite simply just plug your S8 to a monitor, keyboard and mouse and power the entire computer using it as a CPU. Samsung might very well have another bestseller here. You will be seeing the S8 and the S8 Plus in the hands of a lot of users in the coming days. So what are your thoughts on the S8 and the S8 Plus? Would you buy it? How does it fare with the other flagship launched earlier this year? Leave a comment and let me know. Also subscribe to Simple Reviews for daily tech videos and follow us on social media. So that was all for now. Until next time.